Stream.
Green. Press that. Start broadcast.
Yes, we are live. We are live. Let's see here. Yeah. To everyone tuning in tonight, we got Jill the Trader. Jill the Trader, she is a Forex trader and a crypto expert. Very intelligent woman. She comes out of Texas. Welcome to the show, Jill. It's very nice to meet you. Sorry I'm late tonight.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I know how that is. Like, I'm like the queen of technical difficulties. For somebody that does everything on like computers, technical stuff, I swear the universe throws things at you sometimes and you're like, oh, you're testing me. You're testing me. So I get it.
Man, it's been testing me all day. So, welcome to the show. I know a lot of people are new to crypto and they're new to investing. A lot of people are scared of investing during the times that we're in right now. Could you lighten their shoulders a little bit?
Of course, of course. So a little bit about me. I'm Jill. I was originally born and raised in a small town, Pennsylvania. We worked hard for our money, went to school, got a job, did all that. So 3 years ago, somebody presented me with Forex stuff, which led into the crypto and everything like that. And it just blew my mind because I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know how to make my money work for me. So when they started showing me this kind of stuff, I was so skeptical. Just like everybody you're talking about, anything like that. Like to me, it was a scam. I almost started this stuff to sort of prove it wrong. I was like, there's no way this is how this works. Like, there's no way. And when I got started, my good friend, she's my best friend, she introduced me to it. She's like, Jill, you're a smart woman. You did, healthcare. You have figured out life. You've been through trials and tribulations. Just look at it. I said, okay, all right. So fast forward a little bit, I really started going down those rabbit holes, just like anything in entrepreneur. Like you have to start somewhere. And I always tell everybody, you have to find a good mentor or a good teacher in anything in life. As you even know, in the music industry, you listen to the wrong people, it's definitely going to take you down that wrong path,
Rude.
So when I started to see that this stuff actually worked and I understood a little bit more about cryptocurrencies and investing and stuff like that, I was like, I got to tell people. I was like, too many people aren't doing this. I grew up in that town where everybody said, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I would have went back, I would have invested in Apple. I would have invested in this, or I would have invested in that. And now that I'm talking about it, you wouldn't believe how many people still look at me and they're like, no, that's not real. I'm like, you know me. I'm like, what do you mean that's not real? So I went into, I'm actually with an academic platform and I have some good mentors myself, but I've been doing it, like I said, 3 years. So yes, I have money in it. I made profit. I pulled profit. And the thing is, it's so real. It's the new age of like your stocks. I know everybody hears about crypto and they think like it's a physical coin. Like if I buy Bitcoin, I'm going to get like a full coin. Or if I get Ethereum, I'm going to get a coin. All of these projects, they're just backing. It's like, how stock, if you buy Apple, you're actually supporting like the company. So when you're hearing about these projects and these coins, it's actually putting liquidity, money behind good projects. So what I try to talk to people about is don't go with your best friend on Facebook or like, Joe off the corner that's screaming like this coin's great. You got to learn and actually know what it's backing. Even with NFTs, I see you guys are in NFTs into that space. And I applaud you for that because NFTs are going to be the new wave, especially when it comes to music. You get your stuff minted, man, that gives you your VIP packages. That gives you your access to your shows, to events. There's so much more to it than just being cool digital art because people are like, why would I pay 10 grand or, 3 Ethereum for an NFT? It's not, yeah, you should like the art because you do own the art once you have it, but they call it the utility. It's what backs it actually. So, you want to know exactly what you're getting. And people are like, well, how do I find it out? What I do is I sit down and I work with them. Like, I don't want you to take my word for it. Trust me. I'm Jill. And yes, I am amazing. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I want you to know what you're looking at, what you're buying, what you're actually going to get. So that way, if your friend does come up to you, you can be like, no, man, like this isn't for me. Like this project has nothing behind it. It's just all hype. And people are like, so what's wrong with all hype? You want whatever you're putting your money into actually to have something substantial behind it. You want it to be around for a while. You want to know that whatever it's backing, some of these projects that I'm in, they're with Louis Vuitton, they're with Michael Kors, they're with, Maserati, they're with Tesla. Like people buy these coins and I say, oh, why'd you buy it? And they're like, what do you mean? They're like, well, it's a cool coin. And I'm like, no, I'm like, don't put your, your whole payroll on a cool coin. You want to know what it's actually going to do. And the thing is, now when you're doing these kind of projects, you can actually find out what this coin's involved in, and actually they call it staking. So you're holding the project anyway. Like I've had Bitcoin since 2019.
Wow.
There's a way to earn like interest rate on it. You know how your bank's supposed to pay you money on, your money if you leave it there, like that whole 1% like a year. There's projects out there that are paying like 20, 30% if you're holding certain coins, certain things. So if you're holding that coin and it's going to grow, like say you're making something for your son, your family, you're like, I'm going to buy, Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, whatever. And I will give you guys some tips on some ones that are really good right now that are looking amazing and getting set up. But you can put them into a wallet that's really secure. And of course, it's just like a hard wallet. So don't ever lose it. It looks like, remember the pen drive? I'm going to date myself on here. Remember our pen drive back in the day?
Right.
Well, that's what it looks like, but it's called a cold storage wallet. So it's secure. And even though it's on there, you are the only one that have access to it. You can be earning like interest rate on it. So you're holding this money, and it's not that it's dead. It's earning you money daily still. I mean, that's a big game changer. If you're holding Bitcoin for 2-3 years and it's earning you 20% as the coin's growing, that's huge game changers. We have little projects that are coming up now that are like $1. I'm telling you, like one good project right now, it's called Looks Rare. It's a place where you can mint NFTs. It's the only competitor for OpenSea. They have a coin out. It's called Looks Rare. It's going for almost $2 right now. If you get that, they're actually staking on that platform for like 166%. So as your coin's growing, you actually earn about 16% interest a month. That's a lot of money a month. So
you're getting tons of sauce points right here. Everyone's saying you're giving the sauce. She's got the best recipe, you guys.
All of us work so hard for our money. Let's put our money to work for us now while we're still out there grinding, while we're out there hustling. Like, have my money making me some money while I sleep. I work hard so I can play hard. Right. I know that's everybody else too, at the same time. You don't want your money just sitting there not earning anything. Yeah, these projects are going to grow. I'm telling you, that one I just told you about Looks Rare, they're projecting that to be anywhere from like $20 to $40 within the next 6 months. So if you guys sleep on that, it's not my fault. I told you about it. It's definitely a big platform for NFTs. And the neat thing is NFTs are mostly on the Ethereum network, another type of coin. But this one actually supports Solana and a few other networks for NFTs. So it has some cool things to it. The thing is, know what you're buying. Sit down, and God, I don't want to say, please don't go down YouTube University. And I know we're on YouTube right now. Trust me, I know it. But there's so many voices out there. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who to believe. And a lot of times the people on here speak fear into you. And there should be no fear in the market. Like, it should be all calculated analysis. You should know what you're buying. You take out of your investment sphere. Of course, there's always going to be slight risks. That's why I say don't invest your whole payroll or, your whole check in something. But if you do that calculated analysis and you actually have, an entry plan and an exit plan, guys, this is stuff we build. I say I don't build lotto money. I build legacy money. Like, I want your name, your kids to remember. Like, I remember when Dad was on that podcast hearing about this, and, he started talking to this woman who told us to put $20 a week in a coin. It changed her life. I'm not telling you to take $30,000. I'm telling you, if you can take $20 a week and put it into something like that, that's $1 coin. How much money are you going to have invested in there by the end of the year? This is what I tell my team. I take your regular average people and I want them to make a difference in their life. It's about investing something in yourself. I said, we all spend $20 on something we don't need weekly. Prime example, coffee. How much do you spend on coffee a week? Cut it out for a little bit and just put that money into something. That's the little things.
West Coast Graffiti just tuned in. He asked how to make your own NFT. You could hit up DJ Heavenly and Jaren Draws for that as well. And he can draw up your own NFT and put it on OpenSea, and she could help you get into the market.
I'm telling you, don't be putting them on OpenSea. If you put it on Looks Rare, when you list your stuff on Looks Rare, the longer you list it on Looks Rare, they actually pay you in their tokens to list your NFTs there. Damn, and the longer you keep it listed there, the better. Yeah.
Free game.
So I'm telling you, be listing your stuff on Looks Rare. I mean, you can keep your stuff on OpenSea too, but even if you're buying stuff on Looks Rare, they almost match you dollar for dollar for the money that you're spending on in their token. And then you can stake it and have it make you more money. And they're paying you in their token and in wrapped ETH. So you're making 2 tokens at once.
All right, looks rare. We're coming your way. I'm sliding everything over.
You have no idea how many people, like, since that got dropped like 2 weeks ago. And in my organization, people had a ton of stuff on OpenSea. And I know you have to pay gas fees, but man, those gas fees make up for themselves in days, not even. Man. So it's all about where, once again, you already made those NFTs, have them make you some money while they're sitting there being listed until some people are purchasing them. And as they purchase them, the money spent, they're paying you in their tokens. They're definitely coming for OpenSea. OpenSea went public, I want to say a month ago, and it didn't do so much for them. That's not a really good thing when you're looking at something that's decentralized. And most of these markets are decentralized because it doesn't matter what you've done or who you are. It's about people coming up. It's truly for anyone. When you go public, a lot of things change. And Looks Rare is still not on the public side. So a lot of people are moving their stuff over to that end.
Keep going. So
it's truly just something you have to sit there and talk to the right people. And like, I'll sit there and talk to people on a Zoom call, and I'll show you where to get your, information from, who to really look into, and how to actually learn stuff. And I tell people, you don't want to take my word for it. I want to show you how you can find out who's involved in these projects, who's making them, what Twitters to actually watch. I tagged you guys in some Twitters because there's going to be NFTs that are going to be dropping soon that are supposedly really going to blow up. So I'm really trying to work on getting whitelisted for that one. So that way I can pick up that NFT when it comes out. They're saying it's going to be one that goes through the roof, almost like a Bored Ape. And these are the projects that you need to get into. Some of these ones start at like, I don't know, $200. So like 0.002 of Ethereum with gas fees and everything, that's $250. And within like a month or two, you're looking at like $10,000. It's about getting in on what they have. And when you're looking at them, though, you want to look at the utility. And because they're cool art, of course. I'm going to buy one that I like too. But it's about what they give you. They give you access to communities like billionaire, like mindset clubs. They give you access to actual yacht clubs. They give you access to meetups. It's not just about getting that cool art. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Gary Vee. Gary Vee is one of my people that are entrepreneur that I absolutely love. But he's always talking about his NFTs. His NFTs are going for like $15,000 because they give access to all his shows, things like that. All of you are in the music industry. And this is how, even if you wanted to, like, hey, you get my NFT, you get a spot on the podcast, or you get, you can have rare, you can have moderate, you can have whatever. So that way they're worth more depending on what you're giving them access to.
Okay, so for somebody starting off, let's say they're starting off small, what do you suggest they put into the market just to get started, to get their feet wet?
Well, right now I'm going to tell you, I tell anybody, if you can do $20 a week, if you're going to do it, you want to go through a platform. Everybody uses Coinbase. Get off of Coinbase, use Coinbase Pro. It's free. There is less fees, and nobody knows about it because it's, once again, you got to have a good mentor. You could hold your Bitcoin on there. I held my Bitcoin on there for 3 years before I really moved it around. No fees, no like maintenance fees, no fees to move it, no hold times. Once I went to move it, I think there was a 3-day hold time. So that way I could actually move it to a secure address, but that was for my safety. So that way somebody didn't actually like hack my wallet. You want to do that. And even if you can, there's a few projects, like I was saying, Looks Rare. You have to buy that more on a decentralized wallet. So you're looking at that through like MetaMask. Sit down with me. I'll explain that a little bit more. That gets a little more in depth than just a podcast. But even if it's on Coinbase Pro, I'm telling you right now, look into Mirror Protocol, look into Chainlink, or look VeChain. And then you could also be looking into what's another one that we were just talking about? ADA. There's 3 projects and they're all right around $1. And you can actually have it so it debits out of your like bank account or whatnot weekly, $20. Do yourself some kind of justice. And those projects that I literally just named you are right around the $1 mark. And they're all projected to go somewhere between $10 to $20 within the next 6 months. No price claims, anything can happen in the market, but these are well-backed projects. And this is stuff that I have all of my people dumping their money into. And they also have a lot of areas you can stake them in, yield farm, provide liquidity. I know they're all really big words, but this is areas, once you start to look into it, you can start to move them and put them somewhere where your money's making you money because you're already buying them anyway. So you might as well get that interest because you're going to hold them for a little while.
I have a big deal. Like I see a lot of movement, like when people are moving their cryptos, like when big whales are moving their cryptos to other accounts and stuff like that, and that makes the price drop a lot in the market. Um, what is that about?
So, all right, when if you can see the market or the coin that you're in being moved by the whales, it means it's not a very stable project right now. A lot of times that's a newer project. So when I'm looking at my coins, I want to see, I look at it through a place called coingecko.com. It's a real free website. You can look it up and it gives you the statistics of your coins, like how many coins are available, total value locked in, and just like the project's liquidity. So if you see that there's only a few $1,000,000 locked into a project, it's called TVL, total volume locked in. It's not a project I'd want to be in because you can have one whale will move for like $4 million.
Right.
So when you start to get money, you want to be near like $500 million. Like truly, you want like $500 million locked in, because that's not just whales. Then that's a good sound project. Whales are going to have like $4 or $5 million in there. So if you see a project and there's only like $5 million locked in that, one person can move their money and crush that whole project. And the thing is, why can a whale do that? So when you start up, okay, even in the music industry, usually somebody backs you. It's just not you saying like, okay, I'm going to do this all on my own. There's loans or there's somebody backing you or you're on another label or something like that.
Unless you're me.
See, there are some, and I know there are some, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. And I give you guys props because I completely, that is definitely
100% on my own from the mud.
Oh my gosh. And when you're coming out of the mud, like I get it, because that's a climb. Like when I talk about that stuff on my IG all the time. Once you learn about those trials and tribulations, you get it. I completely understand, because trust me, if you saw where I came from, we straight out of the mud.
Now that's crazy. I want to get into that. How I found you is actually off of one of my songs that went viral.
Really?
And you were sharing, it was a real inspirational quote. It was Alan Watson. It was off one of my records. It was an Alan Watson quote, and you were doing something, and you were like on your computer with the screens, and they're all going up and down in numbers. I was like, oh shit, because I've been in crypto. You know, I made some good money on crypto, and I was like, man, that's crazy. So I just hit you up, and you shared it, and I'm like, man, I found you through one of my songs that went viral. Like hundreds and thousands of people have been sharing this song of mine, and it's Alan Watson's quote, talking about how money really doesn't matter and stuff like that.
I love that quote. That was just one of those ones where it doesn't in the long run of things. And you know, if you come out of the mud, trust me, I'd much rather cry in my very nice car or my very nice house, because I've cried with no money and been nowhere, you know. But once you make money once, you can make it again. They can take it from you and you'll do it again. It's just a different plan, a different aspect. And that's why, like, meet you, and like I was just curious. I was even talking to some of my people about that. I'm like, I have no idea how they really truly found me. I'm like, I'm blessed and forever grateful. Like I love sitting here and I could talk all night about crypto, different things like that, because there's good, there's bad, there's ugly out there. But like you said about the whales, I was even talking to my one girl, her name's Triona. She's been in it for forever, and she's like, Jill, I don't understand why these people move their money like that. I said, it's business. When these projects start up, they look for backers and they say, hey, if you hold your money here for 30 days or 45 days, you know, I'll get enough money in here and we'll really blow up this project. So if that, you know, the business owners don't do their due diligence and really get that backing in there, those whales in 45 days have now made their profit. And what are they going to do? Move their money. It's business to them, you know. All they're doing is backing, and they sign that paper and they say, yeah, we'll hold our money here 45 days. So I always tell people, if a project is 30 to 45 days old, caution, just, you can make a lot of money, but you better be careful at those like day marks, because it's business. And unfortunately, profit is profit, and they did their part, and that's all there is to it. No matter how much I may love the project, you may love it. If that business owner didn't really do their due diligence and get enough other backers or small backers in that 45 days, they didn't blow it up.
So us small investors are losing it. So so the people that sell like in panic selling are the ones that are losing. The people that hold the long run are the ones that are going to win, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. And that's even when you're trading like the regular market, I could pull up a diagram and you can actually see where it's fear. Like when you see that fear come in and you see that sell, hold or buy more. Honestly, like these prices that I'm telling you about right now, because there was a lot of panic selling with everything going on within the past like 2 months. So all these projects now that are at $1.50 that I'm telling you about, their all-time highs have already been at $30-$40. They are literally, we like to say, they are at like garage sale prices. This is the time to get in, because on this next bull run, you're going to be sitting there and saying, didn't Jill say something about mirror protocol? Didn't she tell us about ADA? Wasn't that $1? Yes, it was $1, and it's not going to be there much longer, because every day when I'm looking at my portfolio, I'm watching it go up, and I'm like, ooh. And it's just small amounts. But the thing is, even if you put, like I say, $500 into something that goes up to $10 for that, you've 10 extra money. I'm like, where can you find that within like 6 months? And yet, as your money is growing, you're going to get some APY on it. So that means you're giving me interest and helping me grow my money as this coin's growing.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I just put a little chunk of change in Dogecoin just to be fun the other day.
Yeah.
And my lady's like, why'd you buy Doge? And I was like, and that shit just spiked this morning and I made some good cash.
I was like, but those kind of coins, they're meme, they're more hype, and Doge is really doing it's really trying its damnedest to like hold its ground. But there's not much behind it, and there's a lot of zeros. And it's funny because with my people, I have some that are like diehard Doge, and like that's Treon, and then I have some that are just like no. And so I don't really have an opinion on it. But I always tell people, if you make some money, secure your profit.
So why do big time people like Elon Musk back those projects? Like, why do they speak so highly of it? And like, what is Twitter like? I know Twitter is the reason it spiked this morning.
Because they know, what do you think they're doing? They're doing the same thing. They put a bunch of money.
Oh, so they're playing the game.
They put a bunch of money, and they know they're influencers. So that's like any big time guy. Like if Tony Robbins spoke about something, Elon Musk, he threw a bunch of money in this morning, and he said, let me go on Twitter and drop something. And he pulled his money back out this afternoon. It's truly, I hate to say it, business is business, but they know what they can do to the market. When Trump was in, like, oh my gosh, when he used to tweet, and I'm not talking any politicals, but like we knew that he was going to tweet something, you'd just sit in front of your charts and make money because the market would go crazy. And we can make money when it goes up, and we can make money when it goes down. So we'd be like,
that's when I made my most money, was when Trump was in office. I don't know, like once Biden got in office, the market went to hell, you know?
Well, I'm telling you, like we ride those waves up and down, but it was one of those ones where sometimes like, you'd know he was going out to speak, and you'd be like, oh, the market's going to go to shit today. You'd be like, all right. I tell people, you just have to ride those waves, because with currency, you can do the same thing. It's just getting in at that right point. If you want to be on the side of selling, great, you can. Right. It's just knowing when, and like taking a lot of fear out of it. And I know a lot of people are scared, but it's analysis, like, and really knowing what's going to move stuff. Like I said, if your project's been around for more than 6 months, it's probably going to stay around. It's really, and if it's been around for more than 1 year, especially in the cryptocurrency space, it's looking really nice. It's usually your first 3 months that a lot of these projects unfortunately flop, because they don't have the backing. They don't have the other, projects with them, because they pair with things. It's literally, if you could look into some of these coins that I'm talking about, like they're paired with Apple, or they're paired with, oh my gosh, just different brands, your sports stadiums, like crypto.com. That's pairing with sports, that's pairing with MMA. Like it's not going anywhere. That's another one. If you use crypto.com as truly for any of your coins, buy some of their coins. I got in at 17 cents on that. Right now it's somewhere around 50, or like right around 47 cents.
Nice. I tripped out when they took the Staples Center out and they made a crypto.com. That was a big deal,
Oh, that's when it spiked up. I was thinking it was hanging out at like 23 cents, and I saw that get released. I was like, oh, bet. But they actually have a card too. It's like a prepaid card. So you can load up money on that card, and every time you use their card, they give you 2% back in their coin. So everything I spend, I swear, is through the prepaid card. I take the money right from my bank account, put it right on that card, because I'm spending the money anyway. Why not get 2% back? That doesn't matter if I'm buying coffee, I'm going out to dinner, paying a bill with it.
Nice.
I might as well get paid in something else too. I'm like, we spend the money, earn some money back.
All right. So can we clear the air for all the people that are terrified of Forex, and all the people that are hacking all the Instagrams and all the accounts that are telling you donate 10,000, you get 100,000 back?
Oh my gosh.
$1 million back. And how are they making these videos? How are they literally getting scammed into making videos? And like, are they digitizing faces on other people's bodies, or what's going on here? Can you clear the air for us?
Who knows? And I can tell you, some of my mentors, even they don't get their Instagram hacked, but they'll make another one up with like an extra underscore or something like that in it. And they literally take all their photos, and they literally take all their followers. And it's crazy. Some of my friends are like, they have a fake, account that's made after them. And they're like, this person already has 12,000 followers. They're like, I only have 4. They're like, how did they get more followers than me already? And it's the fact that I don't know if they buy followers. I don't know what it is. And that's why so many people get hacked. They're like, oh, they must be real because they have so many followers. Don't go off of that. And if anybody is ever asking you for money, don't give them money. Like I tell anybody, like me, I would never ask you for money. Like I tell people when I'm talking to them, because they ask me all the time, like, are you real? And I'm like, boy, I hope I don't sound like a robot. I was like, I have a lot of inflection in my voice. I'm like, if you guys think I'm fake, I don't know at this point. But I said, if somebody's asking you for money, they don't want to sit down and do like a face-to-face with you like this, a Zoom. I don't even care if it's a FaceTime, whatever. They're not real. Ask them for stuff like that. And like these people are persistent. Like they'll talk to you for like months. And like I've worked with people that have gotten scammed, unfortunately. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like I can barely get my own team sometimes to throw like $30 a month into a coin. And like people are sending these people like $5,000, $10,000, no problem. And I'm like, you just hand over your money like that? I tell people, I want to teach you what to do with your money. Like I would never touch your money. I won't do anything like that. Like people come to me and they're like, can you trade it for me? I said, no. I said, I'm not that person. Like I don't want anything to do with your money. I can literally show you on my screen where you can put it, how you can do it, but you're going to make all of your own decisions. And like some people are like, oh, I don't want to do that then. They're those people. But I always tell people, it's a skill set. And if you're paying somebody else to do it or you're putting your money in somebody else's hands, don't be mad if something happens.
Right.
Or make sure they're very trustworthy. And that's just one thing where, yes, this may take you a few hours to learn. You may have to put a little bit of time into it, but this is a skill set. Once, as you know, you've been dabbling in crypto and things like that for a little while. It's going to pay you for forever. It's something like, yeah. And even if you're traveling, listen to some of these videos while you're on the road. Listen to them while you're working out. Trust me, like I said, I'm busy. Like I know, I get it. And time's the only thing you'll never get back. I can make money again. I can do other stuff again. I said, my time's precious. And that's the one thing I want to make sure I'm putting my time into the right people, into the right things. So that way it can make me that kind of money. It's one that I'm just so blessed that I can share with people. Forex, everybody is so scared of Forex. And trust me, I was too. Didn't get it. I really didn't even know what Forex was. And then I found out it was foreign currency and felt really silly. One of those blonde moments, I swear. Considering I had traveled out of other countries before. And really, when I went to Mexico and I saw the fluctuation in the price of money all the time, I was like, are they scamming me? Like, really thought like that. And didn't really know how the markets worked at all. Like, I was so financially illiterate. And when people explained that to me, I was like, damn, so many people just don't get it. I actually have a friend that was telling me how he sends money to his mother who's in another country, and they wait for the price to fluctuate so that way she can trade it for their currency and they can make money. I said, do you realize I do that from my phone and my computer every day digitally? He's like, no, you can't. I'm like, I do, I swear. I promise you I do. And people are just so skeptical of it just because they're like, it can't be real. Well, 15, 20 years ago, you couldn't do that because the internet wasn't like it was. There weren't brokerages like there are. The thing is, the time of like this time in life is just so different. 15 years ago, you needed $250,000 to get started in this. Banks did it for you. And then you had to pay, commission fees, management fees. And like people would pool their money together like a community like yours. They would all throw like their little bit of money together to try to get that $250,000 so they could get into this. You can start this now with such little minute money that it's crazy. But the thing is, you have to take the time to learn about it. Because like I said, right now, you literally can make money, whether it's going up or whether the currency value is going down. So whether the market is horrible, yeah, you're doing phenomenal.
So how could you get, can you take somebody step by step that wants to get into your line of work or into your line of investment? How could they get into that?
I would literally tell them you need to sit down with somebody like me, message me, DM me, because I'm going to show you truly, you want to be educated. Like I said, I don't knock YouTube. I have my channel. You have your channel. And you want to sit there and actually learn the skill set. There's demo accounts and different things like that with brokers. After you actually sit down, learn the basics, learn about what foreign exchange actually is, what a PIP is, how to trade, how to do anything along those lines. And yep, oh, look at that. Yeah, you can schedule a Zoom call with me, Trent21. I love it. I love it.
This is actually her
That's my link tree. Yeah. So I think my Zooms are set up for like a half hour. Of course, I'll sit and talk with you longer than a half hour about it. And I'll share my screen. I'll show you exactly what our academy looks like, what trading looks like. I walk you through it. Do I give you homework? Yes. I learned long ago that energy is never lost nor destroyed. It's only transferred. So if you put energy into stuff, you're going to get energy right back. So
you hear that right there? You get what you put out in this world.
It's the truth. And like the worst part was like, I wanted this so bad for so many other people. Cause when you say I came out of the mud, like I came from a town in Pennsylvania, like I hate to say like sheer trailer trash. Like we were just happy if we could like get a job at McDonald's. Like people got a job at UPS and it was amazing, you know, because that was big money. And I was in the healthcare field. It was big money, but I always wanted more. And people are always like, oh, Joe, why you want more? And that was as I was walking to work, like to McDonald's to, you know, try to make ends meet. When I found this, like I'll sit and talk to anybody about this. Truly, if you really want to know step by step, it's like a half hour Zoom to explain it all on here, just because I counted myself out because people talked over my head when I first found out about this. And I was like, man, that ain't for me. I said, I do healthcare. And I want your people to be like, oh, I do music. Like I'll never get that or understand that. You can ask my people, like I keep it super simple or keep it simple, stupid, you know, one or the other. It depends on what you want. It's the KISS method. And I do my best to do that because I really did count myself out. I was shown the opportunity with this November of 2018. They showed me again in February 2019. And I finally said, yeah, but they were talking pips and candles and charts. And I was just like, oh no, I was like that. Nope, you got the wrong one on this. And I'm so glad my friend was just persistent with me. She's like, Jill, you can do this. It's colors and patterns and the market repeats itself. History does repeat itself. It's just finding the right person to help you, I think, for the perfect like entry and how to get out of the market. That's what a lot of people don't get because you see it and you can learn it and you're like, oh, I know what she's talking about. But when you're actually on a live chart with your own money, sometimes you're like, should I get in now or now or now? And that's like the thing I see a lot of people, they either get in too soon or they don't get in at all. So I'll sit there with people on their first trades and be like, all right, we're going to place it now. I trade live with my team 4 to 5 days a week. Actually, after this, one of my other guys, his name's Alpha, and Robert's on this call. I keep seeing him send some messages. I got to give them a shout out. Like there's some of the guys that really help me show people exactly what to do. They work with the people that I bring in, but they're going to be trading live. They go on Facebook, talk about it, and they sit down with people and just show them what they're doing. Like I said, you put that energy in, we're going to make sure you win. That's the whole thing. So I tell anybody, don't be afraid of it. It's just like learning a new skill set. That'd be like you putting me in a studio and saying, go ahead, sing, Jill. And I'd be like, what? Like, what do you mean? You'd be like, you know how to use your voice, right? I'd be like, well, I do, but yeah.
Yeah, we got all kinds of walk of life watching right now. Like I got people from the Indian reservation. I got people from the city out here in Los Angeles. I got people all over the world actually that tune in. So it's not only music, you know what I mean? Like I got a lot of people that love music, but it's all walks of life.
Oh, that's my people. Like Alpha is originally from Hawaii. Robert's from Virginia. I got people in PR. Like
aloha.
Yes. Oh my God. You sit down and talk with Alpha. He's very spiritual. Like when we talk about the universe lining up, he could sit and talk to you for days about that. So when I say it's all walks of life, like I just want to help anybody. You have money that you want to invest right now. Don't let it sit in your bank account and not make you no money, you know, or if you're only making a little bit, but you want to get started, let's sit down and make a game plan on what you're building towards, like what we're going to do. So that way your money's making you money. Even if it's that $20 a week, you got to start somewhere. You don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't need to buy a whole Ethereum. Starting somewhere is the whole key. So many people say I'm going to start, but they never do. It's taking that first step.
But I want to get into that with you because I don't want just people to jump into buying an Ethereum, and I don't want people just to jump in buying because I did that when I first started and I lost a lot of money. I was like, damn, I just bought this and that shit dropped. So I don't want people to just go buy an Ethereum or buy a Bitcoin right now. Please explain to them.
Please don't.
Can you explain them like buy points and times to buy and times to sell and times like can you give them kind of what to look out for?
Well, right now in the market, it has been truly consolidating, and we have big things coming up with the US dollar, which of course influxes on your cryptocurrency. So right now is your better price if you're going to get started on these projects. And like, can they dip down again? Of course, there's always going to be that chance. But the thing is, if you're buying a bigger project, even the projects I just told you, even if they went in and spent $100 on Looks Rare or Mere Protocol, even if it pulled down to $80, okay, yes, you lost $20. These are longer hold projects. Like, these are things that aren't going to be like a Doge where you're going to like come back at me in the next 2 months and be like, Jill, this project, like, oh my gosh, it fell apart. Like, it's not going somewhere. So for the projects I listed for you, they're ones that I really do have my people investing in, myself. I've been putting money into these for the past few weeks. Have they pulled back a little bit? Yes, but they're really starting to go up. The whole thing is, if you secure profit, if you're happy where you're at, and I tell people, like, say it went from $2, Looks Rare, up to $4, take out your initial investment and then let the rest ride. So if you only put $200 in, take out some of your profit. That's fine. You got your profit now, or you got your initial investment out. Great. Let the rest of it ride up. Who cares then? It's risk-free at this point because you have that initial investment out. You can put it into something else. And the thing is, if we sit down, we talk, you want to be looking at, like I said, go to CoinGecko.com. See these projects that are like your top performers. I'm not saying all the time. Sometimes top performers can be your meme coins, and I'm not knocking them, but you have to watch them a lot more closer. And I don't do a ton with those because I don't want my team to get in and, not be watching it close and then lose a lot of money. Like, I'm talking with my team mostly for bigger projects that are going to be around for the next few years at least, So it's one of those ones, if you're up half, you put $200 and it's 400, take 200 out. Great. You're risk-free. Anything else you make now is just gravy. It's on top of it. And we, at the same time, like I said, we have that staked. So that way you're actually making money on it. Go to Looks Rare. I want to say it's looksrare.io. I mean, you can see what their projects are doing. That's where the NFTs are. You can see the staking and how you can buy the coins, everything like that. This platform's not going anywhere. It is literally OpenSea's only competition. And boy, they brought some big game to that. They're really holding it. Yeah. They came and they actually have a communication system for people that had NFTs on there that OpenSea doesn't have. I mean, so you can actually talk to people through the blockchain and everything. So it's definitely a game changer.
Well, once I get off here, I'm going to go look up that Looks Rare. That sounds very interesting to me.
Oh, it really is. Especially since I saw that you guys were in the NFT game. I'm like, oh, they have got to get their stuff on there. I was like, it's just too much money that you're not making. And they're just giving it away at this point.
Damn, you hear that? All right, you guys. Looks Rare. You guys want to get into the NFT game? Hit up Jaren Draws, get some digital artwork done, and go drop it off at Looks Rare and make some money on your staking.
Yes, that's exactly it. Get your stuff out there. Get verified. Make sure you're dropping your stuff on Twitter. The more followers you get, the better, for sure. But sitting down with these projects, guys, make sure you do look at the total volume locked in. If you're seeing something under 10 mil, I'm just going to tell you, don't get in the project, because 3 whales can crush the project. If you're seeing something with, 9 digits, great. That's awesome. That's what you want locked in. You want to look at your coins too. You want to see how many coins are available. It'll tell you how much is actually out there. If you're seeing billions, that's a lot of coins. That means it's probably not going to move up as fast as most people say. Like, if you look at Doge, how many coins? That's why it's so hard to actually burn the zeros off of Doge. I get it. I know the backing. I've studied Doge, and it's getting smaller, and people have made some big money off of it. Trust me, I'm not knocking it whatsoever. But to actually get up to a penny, it's going to take a while. There's going to have to be a lot more money that actually flows into it before it hits that.
How do projects like that land themselves on big markets like Robinhood and stuff like that, and others struggle to get in?
The whole thing is, it's hype. When people are talking about it, your big markets, of course, are going to put it on there because people are spending money on it. You have enough people that are talking about it. They want people to spend their money. And please, if you're using Robinhood, be careful, because with Robinhood, you don't actually own your tokens. You only provide liquidity to Robinhood. So what do I mean by own your tokens? I'm so glad you asked, or you brought up Robinhood. Like right now, if I wanted to move one of my coins, like my Bitcoin, I actually have a wallet address, and you actually can send it to your ledger or a different, wallet. With Robinhood, it only lets you take out your money. You never own that coin. So you're only helping Robinhood provide liquidity into the coin. So you'll never own it. Yes, it's not even that don't trust Robinhood. It's fine. But the thing is, and that's my girl, Lindsay. I love her. But I
love honesty.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that you don't own it. A lot of people think they own the coin. Like at least on Coinbase Pro, if you want to move the coin from your Coinbase Pro account to an Exodus wallet or a Ledger or a Tezo, which is the cold storage wallets I was talking about, you can. They give you an actual, they call it a secret phrase, and you actually own these phrases. They're your coins. So if I wanted to send you a coin right now, I could send you it. They actually give you an address that you can send to and from. Just even like on Cash App, you own the Bitcoin if you buy stuff on Cash App. On Robinhood, you only can take your money out. So be cautious there. Buy on platforms where you actually own the coin. And that's why I was saying crypto.com, Coinbase Pro, depending on what part of the world, Binance. Here in Texas, we don't have access to Binance. I don't know why. There's a lot of places that you can buy them and you actually own them. And I just don't like the fees on Robinhood. A lot of people get charged major fees and they lock up things. So say right now, like you said, Doge spiked this morning, right? So when it spikes, they'll make the server drop or they'll lock up the coin so you can't actually take out your money because they know what happens. And people try to actually withdraw their profit. There's like a delay in the service or it's down for that moment. So be very cautious with those kind of things. Make sure you're putting your stuff where it's actually transferable. And like I said, look into cold storage wallet, guys. And that's Tezos or why am I drawing a blank now? I just said Ledger wallet. Sorry. I was like, was drawing a blank because literally once you put it into that pen drive, it's yours. Don't lose the phrases to unlock it though, because if you lose those phrases to unlock, nobody's getting in. I'm telling you.
So what apps do you suggest? You said what apps were they again?
Coinbase Pro.
Coinbase Pro.
Yep. You want to go to crypto.com. And make sure when you're doing most of this stuff, the only one you can't do from your actual computer is crypto.com. It's an app that's on your phone. So you're going to find crypto.com. Do the rest of them on your computer. There's so many people getting hacked through their phone, through Coinbase Pro, through either Gemini or Binance or any of these other sites. Don't put your stuff on your phone. It's one of the easiest things to hack. And I know we have probably some computer junkies on here that use VPNs and all this security. I don't care what you use. Once you actually start doing that kind of stuff, like your phone saves stuff that you don't even realize it's saving. So you're putting yourself at a risk and your coins and your investments are at a risk. So most of these apps, if you can, use it on your computer, not your iPad, not your tablet, like an actual computer. It's just a lot safer because it doesn't save things like your phone, your iPhone does. A lot of that stuff from what I was hearing, I was actually watching a class on it today. The iPads and iPhones just save things for you. If they see it's a picture and it says, would you like to take a picture? It saves it without you even knowing. So now that's somewhere out in the cloud, your C phrase. And that's what protects your wallet. So just, and some people are like, oh, it's only $20 now. Yeah, but if you spent $20 and it turned into like a Bitcoin project down the road where each one was worth $30,000, you'd be a little more concerned. And that's how you have to look at some of these projects. These projects, a lot of them that I'm telling you about, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be around for the next 5 years. It depends on how long you hold them, where you take your profit. That's why I always say, just take out your initial investment and put it into something else. Let's keep growing with this.
So what do you think about Matic? I know you like ADA. What do you think about Matic?
I like Matic too. Matic has a lot of backing to it. Another one, if you really wanted to look into, is Terra. Terra is a stable coin, and there's stable coins. So as the market runs, it's going to go into a bull run here sooner than later. So we're going to the moon. But of course, everything that goes up must come down. We don't really withdraw our money from the market because that's where taxes are. So what we do is we move stuff then to a stable coin. So that way we can actually hold our money within the market. As the market goes up and down, and these stable coins, you can actually have making you money. Same thing, staking it, making sure that your money's still in the market. And then you put it back in the projects when you want to. You secure your profit with stable coins though. And Terra came out of the blue, out of nowhere within the past year and just started to run. There's a lot of other stable coins out there. You got USD Tether, you have USD Coin. They're not bad, but Terra has a lot of backing and a lot of potential. So I'm actually in some project on the Terra network, and they just have an ecosystem like no tomorrow if you start looking into Terra.
There it is, Terra, another one put on your charts, you guys. This is all free game. For those tuning in, this is Jill the Trader. She is out of Texas. She is doing it big. She's making moves. What's next for you, Jill? What's coming up for you?
Right now, I'm really working on learning about the NFT space just because there is so much to be had there, like we were talking about. Like I love Forex. I'm a Forex girl at heart. And I know that scares everybody, but that's just the markets. And even if you're watching the crypto markets, the stock markets, they all pretty much move the same. I said, just take off, what you're looking at, like the label. They all use candles. They all use the market psychology, whether it's fear or anything along those lines. But why I want NFTs is because I'm launching my brand, Trend 21, changing every aspect in life. We're changing the trend in life, mind, body, and soul. But we are truly going to be looking into NFTs. So I may be hitting your guy up. But this space it's definitely changing the world between the metaverse, just different lands you can buy now. Like LA truly has space that's for sale in the metaverse. And I know it's so mind blowing. I know y'all played Grand Theft Auto and, like this is back in the day, but I want an actual office space in San Antonio where people can come to trade, or in different cities so we can come to trade. But at the same time, a lot of my people that are on like my mentors, they actually have space in the metaverse where they meet up. And I'm like, that's so mind blowing. So I'm working on becoming more versed in the metaverse and NFTs, because some of these NFTs are now like avatars that you can use in the metaverse. And I'm like, huh? But this is the way of the world. So everybody's like, oh, it seems crazy. But people with money are already in there. They own the land. They own the office space. Like you're actually already truly like renting space off of people because they got in 2 years ago and bought it. And they're like, well, the real people can't do it. Or like the little people. I said, most of the little people are working the 9 to 5s. They don't want to even hear about cryptos yet. I said, so at this point, success leaves clues. If you're telling me that these big money market people have real estate in the metaverse, they're doing their advertising in their metaverse, they're holding conferences in the metaverse, I'm like, this is the next wave. It's not going to be us sitting here on YouTube next time talking like this. We're going to be sitting in a room in the metaverse across from each other and really talking. And people are like, what? And how do you get into that? You have to have one of my NFTs. You got to be specially invited or whatever. And that's
She ain't lying to you guys, man. I was just at a party last night. My son had a couple pieces up in the art museum in Decentraland, and they were playing my music. And I seen all kinds of investors and Decentraland people that are really in there dancing.
Central is really
avatars.
Yeah, like the Central End and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, like we could sit down and I could tell you right now, if there's any metaverse cryptos you're looking into, because they're at garage sale prices too. When Bitcoin dove down, so did all them, because Bitcoin's your big player in crypto, and all the rest of them are follower coins. So anything that has to do with the metaverse, like Mana, Decentraland, there's just tons. I can go on and on. Pick some up, even if you're only picking up 10 of the coins. They're dirt cheap, or $10 worth of them. Metaverse is not going anywhere. Truly. Yeah.
Aquatic Amigos. I know it's hard to understand right now. It's hard to wrap. I'm kind of still stuck in it and mind blown by the whole situation right now, man. My buddy's building an art center right now, a college actually for hip hop, where he has like a big stadium he's building, doing all kinds of architecture on the outside. Like they're really going to have ways where people can all get together from all over the world and experiences together, learn from each other and grow, where you don't have to leave your home. It's crazy.
Through like Oculuses. So the Oculus is glasses, and I don't even have them. So when it's hard to wrap your mind around, like it's literally things I've just been literally being educated on. So I haven't been in there. I haven't played around, but this is really the way of the world. It's almost like truly interactive, like Sims, truly like building, like you said, architecture. And like Snoop Dogg, he has his NFT, he has his spaces in Decentraland and stuff now, and it's just his NFT. Everybody's like, that's crazy how much it goes for, but it's because it gives you access to certain things with him. It just all depends on what you're going, and like trying to wrap our head around it. Yeah, I know it's hard, but this is really the way it's going to go.
No, it's actually good for upcoming artists, upcoming people that are in the space that are. I think musicians lost out on a lot of money due to streams and illegal downloads and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So now that they could turn their music into NFTs, it actually raises the price up. People are like, oh, what the hell? It's $1,000 for a record. Like, man, you know how much work goes into a record? You know how much money the artist is putting into their record? Like, I think they deserve this money instead of being ripped off. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually
blood, sweat, and tears. Like, that's your whole life. Like, that's the whole thing. You know, even with artists like them, whoever's creating the NFT for you, like they've put so much time into learning the software, the this, that, like it's worth it. It really is. And it's really getting people the value out of it. Like you don't see the value, okay, then it's not for you. That's fine. Somebody's going to see the value in this. And really they're going to pay for it. Like with this new virtual world, like I said, people are spending the money. The money's out there. It's now we have to grow as humans and see the value in things. So many people don't value things like they should. Like you said, you know, you put your blood, sweat, and tears coming out of the mud from that. Yeah, you deserve every penny.
Yeah, people are quick to devalue you, and especially in the fast times that we're living in. People are like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that." And it's an open market as well, where like people could choose. You know, I have another person I could go choose from that could be better than you. So people try to devalue your worth, and that's what I believe the NFT market really shows your worth, because you could present it all to them. Almost like I have my website up and stuff like that. You know, I got my EPKs, press kits laced out for people. They can see your whole life.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Even like with trading and stuff like that, people want to know, like, not that I didn't want to give you a step-by-step on how to do something. It's one of those ones, though, it's a step-by-step process. When you're working with people, you're teaching people different things. And I sit down and I do, like a lot of my people I've seen, they've been hopping on here, but I work with them day in, day out, you know, anything like that. And some people are like, oh, I could find other people. Okay, go ahead. You can find YouTube, no problem. Tell me how much they want. You know, a mentor on YouTube, you're looking usually for a weekend class, like 10 grand. And they give you 8 hours of their time and that's it. And they give you a book and they say, here you go, good luck. And that's it. They're done with you. But the thing is, I really do sit down with my people. Yes, you do have to be part of the academy. Yes, I tell you more all about that, but it's continuously learning. Like you want to know more about NFTs, we got that. You want to learn more about metaverse, I can help you, you know, but the main thing is sit down and actually get yourself a good mentor. You don't take anything away from it. Trust the person that's really, you know, going to show you how to make your money work. Don't send anybody money. I'll tell you right now, like if somebody is in your DMs, if nobody takes anything else away from this, do not. I don't care if you hit me up on IG, hit him up on any of his platforms. I'll debunk it for you. I promise. Anybody asking for your money is up to no good. I promise you. I don't care what kind of cause or what project they're saying it's going into. They should be able to educate you on the project so you can do it yourself. Do not send them any money.
There it is, you guys. Find a real professional. You know, it don't matter what you're in. You need to find a professional, someone that can teach you. Even if you go to a gym or something like that, they can show you how to stretch and use the equipment. You go into a field, they're going to show you how to run the game. Like she's going to show you how to watch those numbers. I see her with those screens in front of her face hours every day. She's doing this. So she's really a researcher. She studies everything she's talking is what she lives for. So that's very important to be around people like that.
But guys, I think that's all I got for you, unless you got something for me. I mean, I could sit here and talk to you guys for hours, but you tell me. I'd love to come out with you. I know we were talking about coming out to LA, come out and actually meet you, meet the people. I love meeting people face to face. I love doing Zooms and stuff like that, but I'm so about that. Oh, crypto stuff is just, it's so much more than just coins. And even when I first got into it, I was thinking, I didn't realize what it was. It's like the new wave of the stock market. Like truly, it's projects, it's backings, it's companies. And it's not even just the virtual stuff in like the metaverse and stuff. Like I'm talking about like name brands. There's a token called Lusk token, and it's all name brand stuff. It ain't going nowhere. It's all your Louis, it's Gucci. It works with all of these high end stores. They haven't even started releasing stuff yet, but they're going to be releasing high end NFTs. It's going to get you access to certain things. So it's only a matter of time. But this is just the way of the world.
Yep. For those tuning in, this is Jill the Trader. She is out of Texas. She has laced us with a lot of knowledge tonight. You can contact her at Trade Jill, correct?
Trade with Jill.
Trade with Jill. It's right here on the screen. And this is her website here.
It's my link tree, guys. If you want to sit down, do a Zoom with me, schedule it. You can go in, message me, DM me. I'm really easy to get a hold of, truly.
You have a team of like 21, you said, or?
Yeah, I'm almost probably closer to the 40 now. And then between
40.
my mentors and people above me, trust me, there's thousands of us. We're all over the place. We're international, that's for sure. So, but that's my little crew with Trend 21. And we are growing fast. And I love it. I love it every minute, because as it happens, you see other people that didn't think they could do it or just wasn't sure about it, like talking the talk and like the lingo. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, listen to you guys. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I love it. So I like to see everybody come up.
We're really excited. We got a venue coming up. She's going to be coming out to Los Angeles. Her and Heavenly are linking up. I already seen the location. It's a good location. We're going to set up a nice venue for everyone. There's going to be food, there's going to be music, and there's going to be knowledge. She's a very intelligent teacher, and she's got more to express. This is just a short podcast to get her links out there so you guys could contact her for work, to get on the game, get on the ball, get the ball rolling.
That's exactly it. I'm super excited about coming out there, and I think I'm going to be able to get like 1 or 2 of my mentors to come out. So when I say there's going to be some sauce that's dropped, yes, these are the people that pour into me. So I'm super excited. As that comes up, of course, we'll be promoting it. I'm looking so forward to meeting you and just coming out and hanging out for sure. But you guys need anything, let me know. Hit me up. Like I said, DM, Zoom calls. I'm around, guys. I make myself available for people. I really do.
Who came up with the sauce slogan?
The sauce? The one that was there?
Yeah, are you the chef that came up with the sauce?
No, that wasn't me that came up with that one.
Okay. I noticed you guys been using that sauce all night long. I'm gonna get you a t-shirt dipped in sauce. We're gonna something. We gotta make you some sort of slogan.
Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, we be giving away the sauce. That's just something we say in trading. Like I'm like, oh, I'm giving away the sauce tonight. Like we getting these nuggets out there. Yeah, that's just how we put it because you just don't want to miss out. And like even with like any of my calls, if you get on my IG lives or my Facebook, I'm always putting something out there because I want to provide knowledge. I want you guys to see what I'm doing, what I'm about. So I'm as real as it can be. Like I said, I came from Pennsylvania. I'm in San Antonio now, but it's about helping anybody anywhere. I don't care who you are, what you're from. Like, let's make it work.
There it is, you guys. Thank you for your time, Jill. I know you're a busy woman. I really appreciate you for coming on here tonight. Thank you so much.
Of course. Definitely. I look forward to talking with you more in the future.
Yes. Have a great night, okay, you guys?
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Peace.